blind man walks into a bar. He walks up to the bartender and asks, "Do you want to hear a blonde joke?" The bartender looks the blind man up and down and says, "Hold up, friend. There's a few things you ought to know first. 1. I'm blonde. 2. The karate instructor to your left is blonde. 3. The police officer to your right is blonde. 4. The bikers seated behind you are all blonde. Now, do you really want to tell us this joke?" The blind man replies, "Not if I have to explain it a bunch of times." A blind man walks into a bar with his seeing eye dog. As soon as they get in the door, the bartender barks, "Can't you read the sign? No dogs allowed." The blind man says, "I'm sorry, I'm blind, and this is my seeing eye dog. He's my eyes for me." The embarrassed bartender says, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. You guys can come in. Just don't let the dog do anything crazy. We've had issues in the past with dogs in here." The man says, "You won't hear a peep out of him." Then orders a gin and tonic. The bartender goes over to the well to make the drink, but looks over and sees the man swinging his dog around by the leash, like a lasso. He runs over screeching, "What are you doing?" The blind man says nothing, just looking around. Two guys have spent the day in the dog park and are tired. One guy says to the other, "Let's go across the street and get a beer." Other guy says, "No, we can't, we have our dogs." First guy says, "Watch me and do the same." Guy puts on sunglasses and walks into the bar with his German Shepherd. Bartender says, "No dogs in here." Guy says, "I'm blind. This is my seeing eye dog." Bartender says, "Okay." Second guy thinks that was slick. He puts on his sunglasses and heads in. Bartender says, "No dogs in here." Guy says, "I'm blind. This is my seeing eye dog." Bartender looks at the guy's dog and says, "What the fuck? A Chihuahua is a seeing eye dog." Guy says, "What? They gave me a Chihuahua." An old blind man walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender asks, "Have you been blind long?" He replies, "I've been blind for 50 years, but my hearing is perfect. I'll bet I can tell you what's happening in any room in this bar." The bartender says, "Go ahead and try." The old man cups a hand round his ear and tilts his head to the ceiling. "In your upstairs bathroom, the one at the end of the corridor, the tap's been left on." The bartender sends his nephew to check, who returns and confirms the findings. "Could have been luck," says the bartender. "Go on, try again." The old man cups his ear, tilts his head to the floor and listens. "I hear scurrying in your cellar," he says. "You have rats." "That's bullshit," says the bartender, and sends his nephew to check. He returns, and the old man is right again. Now intrigued, the bartender urges him to try again. He cups a hand round his ear and listens toward the bar. In the storeroom down that corridor, someone's having sex now. The nephew checks the storeroom, and two of the staff screwing. "Geez, old man, you truly are incredible," says the bartender. "What else can you hear?" The blind man places his head on the bar. He raises off the bar and says, "Your beer pump is broken." The bartender checks the pump. "Huh, you're wrong, old man. It's working perfectly." "Then where's my fucking beer?"